Hey friends, this is Josh Hayward and welcome to another edition of the Find Your Craft Show. Thank you so much for stopping by to discover some great craft beer with me this evening. I've got a very interesting beer for you guys today. This is the New England IPA from Sam Adams. So here we go, guys. The Haze Craze is in full force and the Boston Beer Company is getting in on it. This one comes in at 6.8% ABV, 35 IBUs. And I ran across this in a grocery store and said, hey, I'm going to give it a try. This is Sam Adams' first attempt at the New England style, the hazy type IPA. And I said, might as well give it a try. At least in my neck of the woods, can't say you can get a ton of New England style IPAs unless you go to a brewery. You really don't see them in the grocery store, with the exception of this one now and Sierra Nevada's. Well, they've got a hazy IPA out now. It's in the small can. The name of it just left me, but there's a few of them that you can get in the grocery store now. I've seen some folks do some blog posts and some different articles and whatnot on these New England style IPAs that you can find in the grocery store. So like I said, saw this one and figured I'd give it a try. I've always loved Sam Adams, the Boston Beer Company. They were my first exposure to craft beer years ago, and I will always hold them. They always have a special place in my heart. So saw this and said, hey, I'm going to give it a try. Let's give them some credit. So here we go, guys. Oh wow, I'm already smelling some nice aromas there just by pouring it out. We've got, of course, a hazy style IPA. Hazy, I can't even see through that. You can see a little bit of light through it, but you can't see through it all. That is a hazy, juicy bomb, I guess you would say. But yeah, hazy golden color, light golden hazy color, about an inch worth of white head on that. I will say this. I picked this up a few weeks ago, and I'm already getting some more aromas. I think usually, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. When I open the Sam Adams can, it usually has a whole lot more of a head on it than some of our local craft breweries when I open up their cans. And I think that has to do with their process. And I know a lot of people might not think about that, but that's something I've thought of. You know, I'm pouring out some of these hazy IPAs, you know, from local Charlotte craft breweries, pouring them out. And then I pour out something like this, and I know there's a little bit of age on it, about a month or so, and still a pretty strong head on that beer without even swirling the glass or anything. I wonder what's different about that process. I'm sure there's some things, and I'm sure maybe trying to figure it out one day. But yeah, just a random thing I thought of. But yeah, nice golden color there, nice head on that beer. Looks as a New England style hazy IPA should. So let's see what we've got on the nose. Smells wonderful and juicy. I'm getting notes of mango, papaya, melon, as in cantaloupe and honeydew. Maybe a little bit of citrus in there. Think grapefruit rind. Smells juicy and amazing. So yeah, smells like a New England style IPA, looks like a New England style IPA. Let's see if it is a New England style IPA. Cheers to Boston Beer Company and to America, Sam Adams. That's not bad. That's not a bad brew. For Boston Beer Company, Sam Adams taking a stab at this New England style IPA, that's pretty solid. I'd reach for it again. Very surprised, I will say that. And I think that echoes some other craft beer enthusiasts out there that were kind of skeptical when they saw this and said, hey, I'm going to give it a try. But this is pretty solid. First thing I noticed is mouthfeel, nice mouthfeel in the beer, kind of soft, maybe from some flake wheat or some flake oats, as you would expect from the New England style IPA, that mouthfeel kind of being a little softer. As far as the maltiness goes, there's a slight sweetness there, a slight white bready type sweetness. As far as the hops go, I'm getting the subtle tropical fruit notes there, very, very subtle. Think like Again, very, very light mango, more on the papaya and melon route, I would say. Cantaloupe, honeydew, that sort of thing. A little bit of citrus in there, and then a little bit of bite at the very end of the taste. I will say this, the potency of the hops is not as strong in this brew as in some of the other New England style IPAs from the local craft breweries. I think that's just because Boston Beer Company is a rather large company, distributing this stuff all over. Hops are very, very expensive. Maybe a little bit of less hops there. Again, this thing's only 35 IBUs. Some of the New England style IPAs can come in even higher than that. But some of that is, those IBUs and that bitterness goes way down. The perceived bitterness is much lower just because of other things in the brew. Light, easy drinking, refreshing. Got a nice, that nice fruity tropical flavor there post-taste. I'm getting a little bit of a grassy note towards the end of this taste too, I have to note. But yeah, not a bad beer here. For coming out of the grocery store, picking up, you want a hazy IPA, grab that one. It's not bad at all. I got to commend Sam Adams Boston Beer Company for giving this a stab. Definitely something, definitely a nice change for things that you see in your local grocery store or supermarket. So cheers to Sam Adams on this one. Not a bad brew at all. If you love the hazy IPAs, let me know what you think about this one. Or if you've had it, let me know what you think of this one, how it compares to some of your favorites. If you like it, if you don't like it, if you think it's a good attempt, whatever the case may be, I'd love to know your thoughts on that. If you love great craft beer, please press that little subscribe button down there. I would appreciate it. It'd be so great to have you part of this amazing community. Thank you again for following along. You guys have a great day. Cheers.